Thanks. I'm just trying to catch my breath after that final. Unfortunately, we came second, but I'm really looking forward to this men's final, the premiership game. And New Zealand looking really good at this moment with a great semi-final win. So we're looking for big things in the breakout straight away for New Zealand.
They're away here, the Kiwis' first play of the 2018 Tag World Cup final. And it's try time to the Kiwis. Can you believe it?
I'm trying not to be too biased, but I'm pumping my arms up. What a great start for them. In particular, like a big final like this, the nerves, this will help them calm their nerves. But it's a great start, you know, with a mistake, simple mistake on that first one, off the kickoff.
So there you go, try time for the Kiwis. New Zealand up against Lebanon in the final. We didn't even get to the intro, and the Kiwis are in.
So that was 98, Nele Venicini from New Zealand. One great step, missed tag, all the way, 2 points. Great start for New Zealand.
Try time Venicini, and the Kiwis lead Lebanon 1-0 here. The 2018 Tag World Cup men's final. Here it is, folks, and he scored in the bonus to get 2. So New Zealand leading Lebanon 2-0.
You can see probably, words I can hear from down there. It's still 0-0, so starting again. Lebanon going to their kick. They played the ball at that one.
And here's a fortuitous bounce for Lebanon. Chance for them. Dummy inside pass. Oh! Try saver tag there by the Kiwis. And they looked in for all money there, Lebanon. It's going to come back to 22 to play it. So we played there by Sleeman as Lebanon go wide. Another great cover defending tag. On that occasion, it was Henry Dunn. So Lebanon now.
One of the strengths of Lebanon in their semi-final, they play really good tight work around the ruck. So it seems to be attacking that area again.
Here they go, Lebanon. They certainly are. Last tackle losing his footing there was El Sadek. The referee says turn over.
So not bad. I mean, they had to go under the pressure. They were scrambling there, but their defence held up. So it's good work from New Zealand.
Looks like we're in for a real belter here.
Yeah, I mean, the temperature is not really obviously on TV, but it is hot out there. So that'll play a little bit of on mind games on both sides.
Thank you, Afisa. It's an honour to have you in the commentary box. Drury Forbes also here, bring you all the action as we see charge down by Lebanon. And Kiwis with it. New Zealand, it was Christian Talamanu. So New Zealand, who lead 2-0, just looking to settle things down somewhat.
You know, Drury in these finals, it's the little things that count, not the big plays. It's the simple tags, it's a simple draw and pass. Like, yeah, that's a forward pass. You know, those little things that are really going to count in particular big finals like this.
Absolutely, Afisa. Well, they're lucky to get away with that pass. Yes. The tag was called to have been made. This will be the last. We know Lebanon not afraid to get involved in a little bit of argy-bargy. But neither of these teams take a backward step. Here they go, the Lebanese. On this occasion, it was Mohamed Masri. And now it's with Alazi, Tony Alazi, for Lebanon. Here's Ibrahim. The Lebanese. Oh, wonderful play. They love to throw the footy around, the Lebanese.
Play that ball really well. All those options, all bodies in motion, coming to the line. They just ask questions all the time.
Yeah, Majed Hamoud. Absolutely. Yep, Afisa, that was Majed Hamoud there. We'll come back for the tag.
So it's fifth, forward.
Fifth and last here. They trail by 2. Little give and go from Hamoud. He got it back again with a wraparound. Gets it back again. He's almost going to go over the sideline here, Afisa. But still, they were causing the Kiwis a few problems. New Zealand good enough to hang on.
One of those moves I was seeing back in 1977, the pass, give it, double round, classic. But, you know, New Zealand defence is holding up. They've got really good settle plays, the Lebanon team, but just their strikes towards in the scoring area, they just probably need to execute a little bit better.
Still early days, 20-minute halves here in the World Cup final. 4.5 gone, New Zealand leading 2-0. Here it is now with Daryl Sanft. Pass there from Olivetti. And now it's with Pulianga. Still live here for the Kiwis. This will be the last now. Last tackle. And in the end, it was Peter Olivetti with the tag off, but in relatively good field position as we see a host of subs for Lebanon.
Yeah, better set from New Zealand. I think they've made all their plays without a kick and got them up deep into the Lebanon half. So Lebanon again, they're very good at settling out. They drive very hard, all those bodies in motion, quick play the balls, and they've got a pretty good kicking game as well.
So here they go, the Lebanese. It's with Osman Dib. Dib plays it. Comes the way of now Bushahini. Kevin Bushahini, who got it inside there to Akin Konak. So Konak will play it. Here it is with Chaka. Chaka, Yahya Chaka. There's a Lebanese player down in back play. Now he's up.
I think he might be trying to milk a penalty there.
Yeah, that was Mohammed Tamar. Here they go, Lebanon again. This will be the fourth. He seemed to get up rather quickly then, the Lebanese player, Afisa. Any comments there from you, mate?
Oh, I think he might get a role in Hollywood.
Well, just going to have a look here, thanks to Athletes Gel. And we'll stay live here, and that's the last play from Lebanon. It came off the foot of one of their attacking players and straight to Kiwis. So New Zealand with it, and that'll be second tackle 5 metres out centre field.
Yeah, so they're going through their plays. It seems they're going to the box, some fresh legs coming on, and I'm sure they'll be setting up for a play just to complete their set. See, missed tags like this, so they're going to try and keep them on the back foot.
This to be played there by Pulianga. And here's the left foot kick there from Ma'u Pomare, and he's looking for a 50-10, but it might be a 7-tackle set here. It will be.
And sometimes I think that's a positive play because it slows things down again, gives them a good fresh start to set their line, and again they're deep in their half. So it's really good a good way of completing your set, regroup, and just really go get some line speed up there and put some pressure on the attack.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, mates. Better getting to your kick than not getting to it, isn't it?
That's right. I think it's smart play rather than giving a short one and then you're under the pump straight away.
Played there by Ibrahim. Sleeman. Ibrahim again. Hamoud gets it back again. Hamoud got rid of it. Referee said tag was off, otherwise they were in the Lebanese.
That was very good. I'd like to see the replay on that, but it was great play, good hands. But again, it's sort of the read of the last man to come in and made a good decision. Good quick tag there.
You've called for the replay. Stranger things have happened, Afisa. Next time, you know, there will be an Athletes Gel replay on that. Lebanese with it now, last tackle.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I think that was just before he released it. That's a pretty fair call for me.
There you go. Spoken by a true New Zealander there, Afisa. Just kidding. No, it was the right call. It was the right call. So, back live now. New Zealand with it on halfway. As we see a little early kick here, and Chase is coming through. Oh, don't tell me it's...
He's got the tag.
Got
That's
the
a great
tag.
They're still under the pump. They get a quick play the ball.
It was a wonderful piece of work by... It was Lamoni. Lamoni who almost had the try. Wonderful kick through. Kiwis still on the attack here. Lebanon under siege. Here it is with Malifa, George Malifa. And there's Lamoni again. This will be the last for New Zealand. They lead 2-0. Just over 8 3/4 gone in this World Cup men's final. 2018 Tag World Cup. And the tag was off there. So the tag made there by the number 9, Eamon Arnaud.
Interesting call there. He said no 9, no 9. Tracked them and then we're still alive to play. So interesting call, but good play, good defence there by the Lebanon team. Again, momentum seems to be in New Zealand's favour at the moment. They need to get a good roll on. Haven't really completed a set they're really happy about at the moment, with some good sort of execution of their strike plays.
Sounds like someone's been listening to ref's audio again. Lebanon with it now. Ibrahim to play it. Goes through Hamoud, and there's the kick there from El Sadiq. He's going for a 50. He likes it, Afisa. 50-10 on the line here. That was acrobatic. And the Kiwis now turn defence into attack. Wonderful play there from Christian Taliamanu. There's Vega Slade. Good tackle, good defence by the Lebanese. Kiwis with a little bit of space. Numbers there for Lebanon, but good meters here by New Zealand. That's Johnny Henry. Getting tagged just before halfway. Now they're on halfway. This will be the fifth and last. New Zealand. There's Limoni again. Limoni, he's a live wire.
Oh, that's a good tag. Great tag there. Good defence on the Lebanon team.
Yes, it was Tuiala, and in the end, well, they almost scored, but turned it over in good field position nonetheless. So, good last tackle option there from the Kiwis. Here's Lebanon. And fair to say, Afisa, despite the scoreline, fairly even contest thus far.
You know, we always talk about momentum, and it just seems probably just slightly momentum to the New Zealand side. But that always changes, and that's one of the dangerous things, New Zealand making all the play. It's only a change of one good pass or one missed tag, then the Lebanon will be back on the back foot, on the front foot. So New Zealand probably just a slight fingernail ahead in the way they're playing.
And an accurate reflection on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Consistent with that.
And that's right, just that one mistake at the start and they're 2-0 up. So, as you know the saying, attack wins games, but defence wins championships.
Absolutely. And it's all on the line here. It does not get any bigger than this. A men's Open World Cup final.
And we just said about momentum changes here. Look, attack right on their line. So, it's putting New Zealand right back under the pump.
There you go, Lebanon with Dib. And they're in. They're in the Lebanese. They've opened the scoring. Try time Lebanon. And it's the number 7, Akim Konak. He scores Lebanon's first in the World Cup final.
And to be honest, they haven't had a lot of really good play. That was the first time they had to play through one mistake from New Zealand, and they capitalised on that. And now if we're talking about momentum, that's changed onto the Lebanon side. So great play.
We have a look there at the Athletes Still replay. It was a great try to Lebanon. So back underway here, New Zealand with it, 2-1. They lead courtesy of a bonus point try. So evenly poised contest here, New Zealand versus Lebanon for the 2018 World Cup Championship. The World Cup final, folks. You're watching it right here. Coming to you live from Coffs Harbour, CX International Stadium. Both teams looking lively. The Kiwis lead by 1. To be played by George Malifa. It is now with Daryl Senft. Last tackle. Kiwis here on last. And there's the tag. And they have turned the footy over. Afisa running it on the last, but still I like the last tackle options that the Kiwis are opting to employ here today.
Yeah, so they've got a couple of options here. Obviously the kicking option there just to go deep, but they're backing themselves on their strike plays, so it puts a lot of good questions on the Lebanon side. But key players like Darragh Snaffer, he's the key player to that for me for the New Zealand team. Everything goes around him as one of the leaders and the coach, and so he's going to play a big part in terms of how New Zealand play.
So Lebanon now, just Osman Dib providing a few queries of the New Zealand defence. Here's a kick and chase here from Lebanon, the number 1. And it was Ihab El Sadiq. He's certainly been a journeyman. He's been around. He's got plenty of experience, and he forces the line dropout.
Elisara Joseph there was smart in terms of watching that bounce off that footy ball. Could go anywhere, so it was good to watch that right into the dead ball area. Gives him a 10 metres tap off.
In fact, it was a 10 metre tap off. Correction, not a dropout, so the Kiwis with it. Certainly Lebanon asking some questions there in that offensive set. It's now with Bomare for the Kiwis for New Zealand. Here's a 50-10 attempt. Lebanon back there. They'll get a kind bounce as well. So Yusuf Ibrahim to return for Lebanon. Ibrahim, he did a few 360s there. Tag centre field 10 metres out. To be played by Bushahini. And here he is again, Ibrahim. So quick play the ball here from Lebanon. They love a quick play the ball. There's El Arzi, penalty Lebanon.
Yeah, I think that penalty's for offside. Just got to get his mark, but and you see just in the closing 5 minutes of the half, you know, teams are starting to slow down a bit, so they just got to finish the half well. And Lebanon seem to be on the front foot at the moment.
They've had a bit of ball lately. They've certainly had the better of territory in the last 5 minutes of Lebanon, and they've scored the last try in the game, looking to level here. Here they go. Look at this winger down the outside. Steps inside, pass over the top, looking for Alazi. Tony Alazi, he almost scored. It's still on here for Lebanon through Hamoud. Big dummy, Hamoud, he's in. Try time, Lebanon.
Beautiful play. We're talking about their key players, and he's one of the key players. I've seen he's been ball playing. God, what a great dummy that play he gave there, and fooled that whole inside middles. Great try there, and again, that was a recount too, and instead of trying to run out there, that was a recount there. Second man play there, second pass here. Watch this dummy, beautiful dummy here. Show the ball, looks sort of weak on the inside defence here, and great try.
Afisa Tonu'u, former All Black halfback, in commentary alongside myself, jury falls for this men's final. Great to have you with us, Afisa.
Great to be here. It's been a fantastic tournament too, by the way. I mean, I've been involved with the men's 45s. The hospitality, the running of the show has been great. A few injuries across the New Zealand contingent, but been well hosted and warm welcome by all the Australian people here.
Yeah, it really is a credit to tournament director Bill Harrigan and his staff. Good job, Bill. Australia hosting the 2018 Tag World Cup here in Coffs Harbour. Kiwis with it on halfway. This is the last tackle. So they'll be right on halfway here for the last. And looks like they're going to get caught here, Afisa. And they backtracked, and well, that wasn't the great end of the sets of six that we've been seeing from the Kiwis.
Not from the start that we had, where they got some good momentum, bodies in motion going forward, and just sort of playing that sort of on the back foot here. So, you know, we talked about the momentum again. Lebanon playing really good. Look at them, all running holes, all playing strong. Great tag there, though.
Try saver at the last moment was Venasini, Sinelli Venasini. Venasini Sinelli, I should say. So great try-saving tag by the 98 Sinelli. Still with Lebanon, however. It was Konak. This will be the last tackle. We're tied up at 2 apiece here. Less than 2 minutes to go. World Cup final, first half. Kick and chase there by Lebanon. Tag was off, but we've got a penalty to Lebanon.
And that's not a good penalty on the last tackle to give away a penalty like that.
It's Osman Dib who's the beneficiary as he just pulls his trunks down to tuck himself in, much to the crowd's delight. Afisa.
Well, he's got his tights on, his compression shorts on, so nothing too offensive.
Thank goodness for that. Here they go again, Lebanon. It's now with Hilal Kara Ali. That was another try saver there on the line by the Kiwis. Almost in there was Isaac Anous. Couple of second phase play moves here from Lebanon.
Lovely move.
Gee, they're pressing hard, aren't they? Hamoud, run around play, back inside to Mohamed Tamar, who spilt the bickies. Was the tag off first? Referee says yes. So it'll be played by Majed Hamoud. This will be the last for Lebanon. And that's a tough one for the ref to call. He's given the penalty to New Zealand.
So he did kick the ball first, but because he had one tag off, the second kick is liable for penalty. So that's what that was for. But, you know, it's a good set. It was very dangerous time there for New Zealand because they got that in 2-2. You don't want to go into the half or one down, so they want to finish stronger here.
Did really well to stay in there too. The New Zealand player, the number 27 there was Matrix Kiwi. And really exciting final we've got here, folks. New Zealand and Lebanon. And New Zealand have brought a world-class team from across the ditch to contend here. They scored on the opening play of the World Cup final. But since then, Lebanon have had the majority of the play. They've scored 2 tries, and we're all locked up here at half-time, Afisa. Do not go anywhere. We are set for an absolute ripper of a second half as we have a look at the first half highlights, thanks to Athletes Gel.
So that one there, second man play here. Good dummy there, missed tag, and a try. That was the first one for Lebanon from number 7. And then this is the second one here, off the recount. Here, this is the dummy, great dummy. Shows slow on the inside on defence, and very close to going for a 2-pointer there, but, you know, take it on 2-all. Yes, a game of 2 halves in that first half. New Zealand got off to a great start, but Lebanon finishing strongly in that first.
Which camp do you think is a bit more buoyant at the moment?
Well, I think that the Lebanon team finished strongly, so they'll think that scoring those 2 tries, because they had to really work hard for those 2 tries. That first try, New Zealand, was just a missed tag. And so they had a lot of momentum going, but not really completing most of their sets. With
more possession, have New Zealand shown you enough in the first half? They've got the goods to get the job done in the second.
I think guys, like I mentioned before, the captain, Daryl Snancy, he is the key to me, because everything works around him. And so a lot of ball play and a lot of their plays will go around him. He's the key to unlocking that Lebanon defence.
That's the number 29 for New Zealand, Sam. What have you liked about Lebanon most?
Lebanon, just the way they've come back after their first try. They didn't give in, they come back in there and they started to get their flow on. Their momentum, their number 10, he is a fantastic ball player, and a lot of their plays go off him. So some of those key people, and it's going to be key moments in this second half, that's going to be the difference of winning gold and someone being disappointed.
Afisa, we're going to put you on the spot. We know you're a crowd Kiwi. Who wins from here and why?
Well, I just think being out there, there is a win that's coming behind New Zealand, so the kicking game is going to be really important. So those 50-10s are going to play a big part in that position. Running out is going to be key.
Who wins and why, Afisa?
New Zealand. I think New Zealand will just get there by a nose. All
right, here we go. Second half, folks. World Cup men's final. And we're back underway. And as Afisa just mentioned, there is a slight, ever so slight, wind advantage behind the Kiwis back here in the second half, favouring them running right to left of screen. It's Lebanon who start with it. It's 2 apiece, and there's 20 minutes between the World Cup final victors and defeat. And Lebanon throwing it around. Alazi knocks on, but penalty to the Lebanese. This is as big as it gets, folks. The 2018 Tag World Cup final. The men's final. It is a full house here at Coffs Harbour, and Lebanon and New Zealand both turning it on in this final. Of course, they had to upset Australia to get here. Both these sides worthy combatants here in the feature event as part of the 2018 World Cup. Don't go anywhere. Lebanon attacking. Early kick. Oh, a bit of body work there from the 16. And that was Slade, and it'll be a penalty against New Zealand. Not a lot in it.
Yeah, just closing the gap there. That's why they're guilty for there. And that's one of the things, you know, when they see the kick, they're trying to block that kick, but unfortunately they blocked the player as well.
So here he goes again now, Ihab El Sadiq for Lebanon. Of course, the great Fidel Kassim. Been around the Lebanese team over the years. We'll be watching on with pride, no doubt. Lebanese great, Fidel Kassim. So we see a nifty move there by Yusuf Ibrahim. Kiwis defence up to the task. Short pass. Osman Dib threatening. Lebanon again. And that was Bill Sleeman. Go the short side, Lebanon inside pass to El Sadiq, and Sloman still putting his tag back on. The Kiwis have come away with it here. They'll be 0.
So missed all play there. Inside ball, he wasn't ready for it, and New Zealand got the turnover. So let off the hook a little bit there, New Zealand. But look to the key ball players to get a good opportunity for the 50-10.
Well, Visa's called 29. Daryl Samp is a key influencer here as we see a knock-on from New Zealand, and that one, courtesy of Henry Dunn. So, New Zealand, we know they're capable. They've had a wonderful tournament thus far. And one of the best sides in the entire World Cup, but they seem to be handing Lebanon a few chances here in this final so far.
Just those little, mention those little things, eh? You know, just off the dummy ruck, just the passing up and slipping and knocking it on. It's the pressure of these finals, you know, and it does different things for people. Either you embrace it or you choke, you know. You hear about the big chokers, but, you know, it's just doing the little things well.
Well, you've got to embrace it, don't you? But certainly plenty of time. Plenty of time in this one remaining. And they'll get their chances, New Zealand, no doubt. Lebanon have proven they are capable of taking theirs. To come back twice to level this up with the 2 tries after going down to a 2-0 deficit in the first play of the game, Lebanon. Here it is with Majed Hamoud. And he's still going, Hamoud. Eventually tagged. Lebanon now looking dangerous. And Bouchahini, Kevin Bouchahini. This will be the last. A little kick towards that bonus area, and the Kiwis have come up with it. And this is a real foot race. He's away. Oh, here they go, the Kiwis. It's Kaiva. And Kaiva will go coast to coast for New Zealand.
No, there's a tag call. There's a tag call. No, tag's been called. You got him. Still play on.
Still play on for the Kiwis. And it was Matrix Kaiva who almost went coast to coast. There was a miraculous tag at the end. I'm sure we'll get a replay at some stage. We're going to stay with it live here. Kiwis on the attack as they go through Blackwell. And they've got Lebanon on the rack here, the Kiwis. This to regain the lead. 4th tackle to be played by Samft. Back to Samft. He scores, has he?
Knees on the ground, I think. I think his knees on the ground might be the call. Before he put the ball down, we'll just check with that.
Another close call.
Oh, he got the dummy half.
Another close call there. This will be last. They've been within a whisker twice here, the Kiwis. Last tackle, kick forward. Referee's got a penalty. Penalty, New Zealand.
So now the change again. This is a big moment in the game, in particular for defence for Lebanon. In New Zealand, after their breakout, God, what an amazing tag. I'd love to see that defensive tag there on their breakout.
Oh, we will. And you know what? It'll be brought to you by Athletes Gel, Afisa.
So live here, this will be, you know, this is where all the trainings come in to make those plays that they have, their 2-man plays, their team plays, late cuts.
Here it is with Limoni. Penalty New Zealand again. Quick tap taken. It's with Malifa.
Oh,
from dummy half. From dummy half.
Oh, he set his knees. I think he set his knees down.
Nofiega Limoni again asking questions. He's been one of the Kiwis' best as they go through Samft back the other way. Outer side of the field. They come back centre now. It's with Pomare. He'll play it. That's 4th. Kiwis now attacking again.
Oh, great tag.
And we've got another penalty. So that was James Blackwell who almost scored. That's 3 times now they've been oh so close.
And again, 3 defensive penalties, so they've got another set of 6. So again, Lebanon have to be very careful. That's 3 defensive penalties. I'm not sure if he'll start taking tags or not.
Have we got a try here?
He's got it.
They're in the Kiwis. They have scored. It is number 29, that man, Afisa, Daryl Samft, who has scored for the Kiwis. Let's go back to that original play here. What a wonderful run it was by Kaiva, and we'll just have a look at this, thanks to Athletes Gel.
Ooh,
gee whiz, that was a tough call against the Kiwis.
That ball was down. Gosh.
In the bonus as well. In the bonus as well. They got the try in the end. This was Samft here scoring. 1 point instead of the 2. They got the try. And well done to Daryl Samft as we have a look at the Athletes Gel replay again. And the Kiwis back on top. In fact, that was not the try. This is the try, rather. That was another close opportunity. This is the try to Sam. He gets it 5 metres out, left foot step, dummy, and then through he goes.
Nice work, yes. And again, you know, the good thing about New Zealand there is they're keeping their discipline. They're not going at the ref. They're just getting back on the line and having a, you know, call another play.
Matrix Koiva, his length of the field effort. You're saying try in the bonus?
I think that the ball was down before the tag. I think when he hit the ground, the tag was taken. So that's just how I viewed it up here. I mean, it's obviously difficult for the referee coming back on a breakout like that. But, you know, that's why you've got your assistant referees on the sideline. But, you know, hopefully it won't come into the final tally of the game.
I'm going to agree with you, Afisa, there. I thought it was a bonus try. However, as you say, a lot more pressure on the officials in the middle. There were 3 sets of eyes on that one, however. So Kiwis with it. As we see, into touch there by Blackwell. So just a bit of a breather for both sides. The Kiwis back in front, 3-2, 8 3/4 gone in the second half. World Cup final.
Yeah, I mean, it's just peaks and flows for both teams, you know, and again, you can see the body language of the Lebanon team. They're just a little bit down, They need to pick themselves up again. Yes, they got a try on them on the breakout, but plenty of time, and we've still got 11 minutes in this half.
So, a little bit of a momentum swing back towards New Zealand here. Lebanon with possession again in Kiwi territory. 3-2 the score. Lebanon on the attack. 2018 Tag World Cup Grand Final. This is the pinnacle of tag.
And there was a knock-on call there, just a slight knock-on there from New Zealand. So I think it's a recount to 0 again.
It doesn't get any bigger than this in World Tag, ladies and gentlemen. Lebanon and New Zealand in the World Cup final. Played by Dib. Lebanon trail by 1. Konak to play. Back the way now of Kara Ali, and a dummy there from Sleiman. So Lebanon looking for the equaliser. They go down the outer side, that right edge defence for the Kiwis. This will be the last. New Zealand defence holding stern up until this point as it comes back the way of Hamoud for Lebanon. Last tackle, inside pass, chip and chase. Regather, was it? It's close. Referee says the ball did go dead first, however. There'll be a 7-tackle set for the Kiwis.
Good set there from Lebanon, though. You know, they kept New Zealand moving from side to side, and they were hitting some holes there. I think one of the things that I haven't seen from both sides is the kicking game. And I think someone with a good kicking game there that's going to break this game open, whether it's a 50-10 or a kick for themselves to regain and score. I think that's going to be a big part of this game.
Will we see that game-defining 50-10 that Afisa is predicting? He already predicted that Daryl Samp will have an influence on this game, and he's come up with a try that's put New Zealand back in front. We almost saw a 50-10 there.
And I think so, you know, they've got to use the elements. I mean, it's really hard for us to describe it up here, but if you look at some of the flags on the back there, you could see them blowing in favour of New Zealand, and so it's coming behind them. So they've got to utilise that, peg them deep into their half and make them drive out of their half and use up their sets. Oh, there's a knock on there.
Yeah, play on. Is it the Kiwis? They could be in for the bonus here.
Now they need to look at this one. It's similar to the last one as well.
Johnny Puilanga. It's made claims for the 2-point try here, Afisa.
I think this is similar to the last one. I think the ball went down, then the tag was taken. I mean, that's very similar. That's why we've got to keep an eye on those ones.
We'll stay with the live play. I'm sure our team at Athletes Gel will come up with a replay for us at some point. Kiwis with it still, pressing. We're seeing a momentum shift here. It was all Lebanon on the back end of the first and early parts of the second half, but the Kiwis have reasserted themselves here.
So this is a big time for Lebanon on defence. New Zealand doing their sort of second-man plays.
That's Joseph Elisara, penalty New Zealand. Quick tap taken. It's with George Malifa.
George is another key player too, senior member of this New Zealand side. Him and Darryl will play a lot together, module touches, and also for counties in New Zealand. So they've got good combination in New Zealand. So they're the key players.
Great breeding ground, of course, counties in account. Here it is in New Zealand, that is. Here it is with Malifa, that man you spoke about. Officer. And New Zealand again pressing.
Good defence from Lebanon. They're reading it. I mean, they're asking some good questions, New Zealand. But they're getting some good tags.
Afisa Tona'u in the commentary box with us for this one as New Zealand ever so close again. They've been within a whisker about half a dozen times. This is the last. Sanft, inside pass. Play on's the call. It was tapped on there by Pomare.
But I think his tags were gone.
Simultaneous the call, both tags were gone, and therefore he wasn't deep to be able to tap that on. So, great defence by Lebanon. Let's have a look back here at the replay. Thanks to Athletes Shield. Afisa thought this was a try, this one. It was very close. We'd have to probably slow it down because the ball was ahead of the shot, and this was the second one. Now, this was the last play, and of course that was the correct ruling. He had no tags and was not allowed to tap that footy on. So, 2 50-50 calls in the bonus box going Lebanon's way. I think it's fair to say, Afisa.
Yeah, and that's the game of tag, anything, and you just got to ride with it.
So, this is the last now. Lebanon, superb defensive effort up the other end. They kick on the last. It's play on the call here, and the Kiwis are away again. Oh, he's based through. Tali Maunu. Oh,
he's through.
Well, Christian Taliamanu, he almost went all the way, ended up with his pants around his ankles.
He's got an injury for it too, but...
Meanwhile, Kiwi still pressing. It has been magnificent goal line defence from Lebanon in this second half, it must be said. As the Kiwis, they're in the corner. Try time, New Zealand. No.
They're just not getting a trick at the moment, are they?
No. Well, he's called the tag, has he?
Yes, he's called a tag, eh?
And that is...
But that's okay. They're in the right part. 5
Brown
minutes. This is a key moment in the game. The last 5 minutes, or just under 5 minutes of the game. If they can come over here with a try.
And they've got one. And they've got one. It's Henry, big time done. Reward for perseverance. New Zealand strike again. Let's have a look at the replay thanks to Athletes Gel.
Okay, just a simple cut here. Quick hands here, but also in the jam on the step. Quick play. Caught out with a dummy half. I think it would have been a late tag. And then quick hands. Low dive. Oh. Nice work from New Zealand. Just those little simple plays, eh? Not the big flashy plays. Just hands and going into the ruck area where they've come out of where their dummy half should be. So this is, even though down by, you can still score, obviously, score 2 point, get back into. So this is a really important time for both teams.
Absolutely. Just over 3.5 to go here in the World Cup final. Lebanon technically only down by 1 try in the bonus box to force extra time. Intercepted attempt there. And a little bit of gamesmanship there from the Kiwis. World Cup final representing your country. Why wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
As we see a kick forward and chance here for Lebanon. Regathered as well. Plenty of speed there was Mohamed Masri. And Lebanon now with some momentum as they shift it wide. Through Konak. Konak straightens. Beats a one. Couldn't get past the second.
Whatever they do in New Zealand, they need to protect that 2 point box.
Ooh, that was a big chance there for Lebanon. Defence was up to the task. Bodies in motion here, the Lebanese inside pass. It was taken by Tony Elatsi. It's still on here for Lebanon. Intercept attempt. Knocked down by the Kiwis, back by Lebanon. What's the call? It'll be 6 more tackles here for Lebanon, and with just over 2 minutes remaining, you sense it's now or never.
And again, like I mentioned before, you know, the defence is going to be the key to this one, but defending that 2-point box is going to be key. It's okay to get that 1 point, but you don't want to go get into extra time.
So Lebanon now, the 2018 Tag World Cup final. They trail New Zealand by 2. Less than 2 minutes remaining.
You can see all the senior players in that middle area. They're guarding that. Not only the try line, but they're certainly guarding that 2-point box like with anything.
Here we go through Hamoud. This is the last tackle. They need to come up with something here, Lebanon, on the big stage, big moment. Can they?
Forward.
And we've got a deliberate forward pass, have we? Yes, we do. So New Zealand now in no hurry. A minute remaining in the World Cup final. They lead 4-2.
And I'll be doing exactly the same thing. Playing that and getting a good kick, nice and deep. Run their time, run the clock down, but still attacking. It's probably the most important set of 6 they will have of their season.
They could be tempted to just turn it over here and stack the box in defence and just perhaps concede the 1 try, but no, they're going to do it the right way, the Kiwis. And they might even get a 50-10.
How about that?
Off the back of it.
That is the game ball there, I would say.
And just as you called it, Afisa,
the 50-10.
The 50-10 seals it for the Kiwis, one would think, with 30 seconds remaining. Here it is now with Togiatolu.
Wow, what a time to bring out that type of kick. There you go.
Lamoni from dummy half. He tosses the ball in the air. And New Zealand are the 2018 Tag World Cup Men's Champions. New Zealand victorious here. What a victory against a highly credentialed Lebanese outfit who did extremely well to fight back to get it back to 2-2. In the end, there was only 1 try in it, but the Kiwis, too good. 4-2 to be crowned World Cup champions.
Oh, how important was that first kickoff tag? And they kicked off and they missed tag and they went to the length of the field for a 2-pointer. And yes, they missed a few opportunities on the intercept. They may be a little bit unlucky, but essentially that first tag was probably the most important one. But you got to give a lot of credit to the Lebanon team. They played really well. They had patches, moments, a couple of missed opportunities. But again, it's the defence that's going to win you these championships. And great, congratulations to the New Zealand team, the whole New Zealand contingent. They've been working hard. I know that they've been working hard for months and months.
As you said, Afisa, attack wins games, defence wins World Cups and championships. Let's go downstairs to David Tapp with one of the stars for New Zealand.
Well, Henry, congratulations, New Zealand World Cup champion. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Has a good ring to it. Yeah, just lost for words at the moment.
I should imagine you scored a try which really wrapped it up for New Zealand.
Yeah, was just a move the boys had caught. I just happened to be on the end of it and was happy, yeah.
Your impressions of Lebanon and the job they did?
Definitely good, definitely brought it to us. Was a good final. They had us rattled at the start, but our boys composed themselves and got through and did the job and then.
Congrats, mate. Well done.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yes, a jubilant Kiwi camp, and why wouldn't they be? They've just won the Tag World Cup. They've just won the World Cup. And what an entertaining game it was. In the end, New Zealand victorious over Lebanon, 4-2 in the final. Of course, their first ever Tag World Cup played in New Zealand. The last